Bodewad mimwen prefixes and suffixes with verbs. The reason for needing this, in order to understand new words, you need to understand how the roots are put together. With this understanding, you can start to create new words and really expand what you want to say. You can also see or hear a word that you've never heard before, and if you understand the parts of the words, you can actually understand to some degree what's being said. For example, that beme means to go along. Bamose means he or she literally walks by. Bamose. Bamashi, he or she flies or sails by on the wind. Bamashi. Bamupto, he or she runs by. Bamupto. Bamode, he or she crawls by. Bamode. Bamejuin, water is running by. Bamejuin. Bamomgo, he or she rides by on a horse. Bamomgo. Bameshka, he or she sails along. So again, that BME part means kind of like going by or going along. Bamose, bamose. Bamashi, bamashi. Bamupto, bamupto. Bamode, bamode. Bamejuin, bamejuin. Bamomgo, bamomgo. Bameshka, bameshka. Pa, ba, or beba sometimes means to go about. So pabmadze, we say, means he or she travels, but it literally means he or she lives about, because bamadze means to live. So pabmadze, to live about, to travel. Pagiose, he or she goes about hunting. Giose is to hunt. Pa is to kind of go about, kind of wander around hunting. Pagiose. Pabmupto, he or she runs about. Pabmupto. Paboge, he or she goes about farting. Paboge. And boge is the verb to fart. Boge. Pa guedemochke, he or she goes about fishing. Pa guedemochke. The guedemochke is the verb to fish. Pa boze, he or she is riding or driving about. Pa boze. Gish means after or already. So if you say like Nagi gish wisen, I already ate. Nagi gish wisen. Gish now kwe means afternoon. Now kwe is noon. Gish now kwe is afternoon. Gagi gish giwene. Did you already go home? Gagi gish giwene. Nagi gish shitomen. We already made it. Nagi gish shitomen. Nagi gish gish penadonan. On it. I already bought some. Nagi gish penadonan on it. I already bought some. Gish penadon is the verb to buy it. Gish penadonan means by them. On it is some. So nagi gish penadonan on it. I already bought some. When you say weech or weed on a verb, it usually has to do with accompanying somebody or doing something together. We dok tadwa, he or she plays nice with someone. We dok tadwa. We jawa, he or she accompanies somebody or goes with them. We jawa. Weech mikchawi, he or she works with someone. Weech mikchawi. Gawi weech ni medine. Gawi weech ni medine. Are you going to dance with someone? Gawi weech ni medine. Weedabumshin, sit by me. It's a command form. Weedabumshin, sit by me. Weedabumshin. That bay is the part that indicates to sit, and that im is with somebody, and then the shin is saying with me. Weedabumshin, sit by me. Weedabumshin. Weedopma, eat with someone. Weedopma. Weedage, he or she is married or lives with someone. Weedage. So again, that weech or that weed means that you're doing something with somebody or together. Weedok tadwa. Weedok tadwa. He or she plays nice. Weedok tadwa. Weejawa. Weejawa. Weech mikchawi. Weech mikchawi. Gawi weech ni medine. Gawi weech ni medine. Weedabumshin. Weedabumshin. Sit by me. Weedabumshin. Weedopma. Weedopma. Eat with someone. Weedopma. Weedage. Weedage. He or she marries someone or lives with someone. Weedage. Maji is an interesting one. It means to kind of to start. It can mean to leave. It can even indicate like motion to some degree. Majishka. Majishka. It's growing or increasing in space. Majishka. So you could say like Majishka nonni waskondoyin. Those flowers are growing. Majishka. Majibadon, to turn it off. Or excuse me, turn it on. Majibadon, turn it on. Majibadon. And you see that badon, it means you're doing something kind of with your hands. Majibadon, turn it on. Majibadon. Majibisa, it's starting to rain. Majibisa. Majibisa, and that bisa is indicating it's raining. Majipto, he or she starts running. Majipto. Majidon, he or she takes something somewhere. Majidon. So again, to start or to leave or some kind of motion, like machnoi means to like move, so it has to do with motion. Majishka, majibadon, majibisa, majipto, majidon. Bia is the verb to come, but it can also be used as a preverb. You can put it on the front of a verb. You can say like, be a wee snook, everybody come eat, in a command form. Be a wee snook. Or if you want one person to eat, like in the bottom here, be a wee snin, come eat, one person. Be a wee snin. Or you can use it in a bigger sentence. Nago nagi bia mikchui, I came to work yesterday. Winago nagi bia mikchui, I came to work yesterday. Winago nagi bia mikchui. So be a wee snook, Winago nagi bia mikchui, or be a wee snin, Dep can indicate full or enough of something. So gedepsinyene, are you full? Like some food basically. Gedepsinyene. Ndep begwe, Ndep begwe. My thirst is quenched. Ndep begwe. Ndep wabdan, I've seen enough. Ndep wabdan. Gedep kikto. You've talked enough. Gedep kikto. Or you can just tell somebody, zamdone, you got too much mouth. Talking too much, zamdone. Nado or ned is like a want or a desire. A lot of times it actually is the changed form of nado. So nedwabma, I want to see him or her, I'm looking for him or her. Nedwabma. Nedwindan, I want it. Nedwindan. Nednodwak, I want to hear them. Nednodwak. Genedbiane, do you want to come? Genedbiane, do you want to come? Now, and then when you put the past tense on it, it goes back to its ndo form. So, ngindom I tried to find it. Nagindom I tried to find it. Winedwin ma, he or she wants something. Someone animate or something animate. Winedwin ma. So, nedwabma, Nedwindan. Nednodwak, Genedbiane, Nagindom Wenedwinma. Mano is one we catch on to pretty quick, because like you say, Mano gij get, it's a nice day or a beautiful day. Manoshin, he or she lies comfortably. Manoshin. Manobe, he or she is sitting comfortably. The be part is really the sitting part, and the shin is kind of to lie or to fall. So manobe. Manomikchui, he or she is a good worker. Manomikchui. Manoye, he or she is doing well. Manoye. Minojawebuk, it was a good event or a good happening. Minojawebuk. Minopmadzawin, the good life or good health. Minopmadzawin. Miji or mia indicates something bad, like me on it, it's bad. Me on it. Meonnabe, bad sight. Meonnabe. Miji bamadzit, he or she is a bad person. Miji bamadzit. Meoninma, he or she condemns him or her in thought. Meoninma. Meayoshwe, he or she misuses something. Meayoshwe. Mijijawebze, he or she misbehaves or acts bad. Mijijawebze. Mijina, he or she blasphemes somebody or talks bad about them. Mijina. Apcha it means really. You can also use like a kietnam for really, or kwansuge, it's just not part of the verb, but when you attach it to the verb, you can put apcha. Winago nagi apcha mikchui, I really worked yesterday. Nago or winago nagi apcha mikchui. I really worked hard yesterday. Gupche nindum, you're really thinking. Gupche nindum, you also could say nagdawindum, thinking deeply, but gapche nindum, you're really thinking. Naapchen chiwin momen, we're really happy. Naapchen chiwin momen, we're really happy. Apchen skadwaze, he or she is really mad. Apche skadwaze, he or she is really mad. Bok indicates something that's broke. Sometimes beak can also mean something like broke, but more like broke to pieces, beak. Bokshka, he or she is broke, slang. Literally it means it is broke, bokshka. Bikshka, bikshka, it's broken into pieces, bikshka. And bokkade, I broke my leg, and bokkade, kat is your leg. When you turn it into a verb, you put that e at the end, so bokkade, I broke my leg. Boknukke, he or she broke their arm, boknukke. Nook by itself is arm, but you put that e on it, you're saying it's the verb he or she broke their arm, boknukke. Nagi bok the bene, kagi bok the bene, did you break your head? Kagi bok the bene. Web indicates to start. Jushuk nagi web gadas odamazinigan. Jushuk nagi web gadas odamazinigan. I just started reading this book. Jushuk nagi web gadas odamazinigan. I just started reading this book. Gadas in the north will be used for reading and counting. In the south we use wawichke. So then I have the southern version of it. Jushuk nagi web wawichke odamazinigan. Jushuk nagi web wa. And actually I should say wow don here. I apologize. Jushuk nagi web wow don odamazinigan. So I just started reading this book. Jushuk nagi web wow don odamazinigan. Because and that first one, instead of gadas, I should say gadon to read it, technically. So, geweb wisnemen, let's start eating. Geweb wisnemen. Gomne gagi web mikchui. Are you going to start working today? Gomne gui web mikchui. Are you going to start working today? Zam means like too much of something, like zamate, it's too hot. The sun's beating down too hard. Or zamdone, he or she talks too much. So, zamdone, he or she talks too much. There should be an e at the end of that don. Zamdone. Zammanakwe, he or she drinks too much. And this doesn't have to be like alcoholic. It could be just too much water. Maybe they drink too much before bed. Zammanakwe. Zamwisne, he or she eats too much. Zamwisne. Gaggle zamwisnakan, don't eat too much. Gaggle zamwisnakan, don't eat too much. Zamgajatem getgom. Zamgajatem getgom. It's too hot today. Zamgajatem getgom. Gazamnindum, you think too much. Gazamnindum, overthink stuff. Kikich means like achy or it hurts. Nakikich pukwane, my back hurts. Nakikich pukwane. Nakikich kade, my leg hurts. Nakikich kade. Nakikich jane, my nose hurts. Nakikich jane. Now this one changes a little bit. Josh's nose, so like najosh, gajosh, your nose, and it turns to jane when you deal with it like a verb. Nakikich jane, my nose hurts. Nakikich zade, my foot hurts. Nakikich zade. Nakikich masade. Nakikich masade, my belly hurts. Nasana nake gui kikich shigane. Be careful or you're gonna hurt your hip. Nasana nake gui kikich shigane. Careful, you're gonna hurt your hip. Bean chige. The bean part indicates clean, and the ween part indicates dirty. So, bean chige, he or she cleans. Ween chige, he or she dirties up or makes a mess. Ween debe, he or she has a dirty head. Bean debe, he or she has a clean head. I got ween debe down here. He or she has a dirty head twice. You could also be talking about like kokjis, which are like head lice, kokjis. Bone, to stop doing something. Bon mikchui, he or she stops working. This could also be like retire. Bon mikchui. Boni kan, leave it alone. Boni kan. Babon is wintertime, the time where growing kind of stops. Babon. No mak nui bon gok panagan ke. I'm going to stop making this basket for a while. Nui bon gok panagan ke. Gok panagan is a basket. Gok panagan ke. Make a basket. So nui, I will. Stop. Bon gok panagan ke. No mak for a little while. Bon chige, stop doing something. Bon chige. Bon on met. Bon on met, the wind stops blowing. Bon on met. Bonapi. Bon appétit. He or she stops laughing. Bon appétit. Job has to do with something going through. So japkauze, he or she has diarrhea. It kind of goes through you. Japkauze. Jabwe, he or she makes it through or accomplishes something. Survives. Jabwe. Jabshkan, to complete something. Jabshkan. Jabate is the sun breaking through. This could be like maybe coming through a cloud or coming through your window. Jabate. Jabane, he or she breaks through. Jabane. It's a famous chief that sometimes they call him Shabane. Jabane. He's talking about how he's a bear kind of clawing through. Jabane. Jabwetuk is a sound breaking through. Jabwetuk, kind of like that first kind of hit of thunder, like boom, kind of just breaking through. Jabwetuk. Jabnagan is a needle. Jabnagan is a needle because you pierce it through. Jabnagan. Gwek means to turn or go in a different direction. Gwekjuan, a river changing direction. Gwekjuan. Gwekshin, he or she turns over while lying down. Gwekshin. Gwekbadon, he or she turns it over. Gwekbadon, maybe like a bankik, like a pancake. Gweknindum, to change his or her mind. Gweknindum. Gwekbe, to turn while sitting. Gwekbe. Gwekwewema, he or she persuades somebody. Gwekwewema. That netta can be added to a verb to mean like you're skilled at something or you like to do it. So netta wisnut can mean he likes to eat, or can also mean like he's skilled at eating. Netta wisnut, maybe he's a competitive eater. Netta manakwet, he likes to drink or he's skilled at drinking. Netta manakwet. Netta shonyaket, he likes to spend money or make money, or he's skilled at making money. Netta shonyaket. You're doing something with money. Netta gishpinadot, he likes to buy stuff. Netta gishpinadot, or he or she is skilled at buying stuff. Maybe they're a really good shopper. Netta gishpinadot. That shwe indicates separating something. So like shweyachma, he or she analyzes someone, kind of breaks apart what someone's saying, like maybe like a shrink. Shweyachma. Shwena, to distribute something or to allot land or to share something with somebody. You're splitting it up. Shwena. Shwenan is the inanimate form of that, so you're splitting it up. Shwenan. Shwewebna. Shwewebna, he or she scatters something. Shwewebna. Shwewebnan, he or she scatters something inanimate. Shwewebnan. Zog indicates outside, and bead indicates inside. Beadsagen. Beadsagen is a pocket. Zagich is outside. Zagich. Beeduk is inside. Beeduk. Bidge means he or she enters or goes inside. Bidge. Zagjase, he or she walks outside or goes outside. Zagjase. Zagjawebnan, he or she throws it out. Zagjawebnan. Zagpato, he or she runs outside. Zagpato. Zagjadone, he or she sticks his or her mouth outside. Zagjadone, like maybe like how those dogs will do that when your windows are down. Zagjadone. So zog outside, bead inside. Beadsagen, beadsagen. Zagich, zagich. Beeduk, beeduk. Beedge, beedge. Zagjase, zagjase. Zagjawebnan, zagjawebnan. Zagpato, zagpato. Zagjedone, zagjedone. Zieg has to do with pouring something, so like zigbisa, it's pouring rain. Zigbisa. Zignon, he or she pours it out. Zignon. Zigwebnon, to pour it out. Zigwebnon, kind of really almost like toss it out, but pour it out. Zigwebnon. Zignatois, he or she baptizes someone. You're literally pouring water on them. Zignatois. So zigbisa, zignon, zigwebnon, and zignatois. So again, if you really get these preverbs and these also these endings down, you can really start to understand words that maybe you've never even heard before just by recognizing the parts of what's going on. Aha, il,